Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. Next item, approval of April 2026 meeting minutes. I hope we all received them and reviewed them. Are there any comments before we vote? Do I have a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. Introduction of visitors. Any visitors you'd like to introduce this afternoon?
Visitors you'd like to introduce?
Well, I already introduced our.
Yes. Right, seeing none, we'll move on to the next item. Next item is public comment. Do we have any
Public
comment? Right, seeing none, we'll move on to our subcommittees.
Subcommittee?
First subcommittee, the single-use plastic bag ban, single-use plastic ban ordinance.
Single-use plastic.
Minor feedback, it's okay. Okay, wait a second. That's all right. All right, so for the update on this, I know Sam's out of town right now. She usually gives the update. I believe that right now they're still in the process of compiling data and just seeing the next steps to move forward. Really don't have too much to add on that one.
I have a comment.
Yes.
I have, the kids at the neighborhood art house, one of the classes focused on single-use plastic. And so they gave a presentation. We always have a showcase at the end. So they talked to the audience about why they should not use single-use plastics. And then we passed out the flyer that Sam had made up, and we also announced that they would soon be hearing about a single-use plastic ban for the city. So just putting it out there in the airwaves.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Well, it's the beginning of festival season, and we're going to have all kinds of vendors using styrofoam and other plastic, except for the few that know that they can have a cardboardy kind of container, and hopefully by next year we'll have a water bottle filling station that is more than just the one water fountain, but it sure would be nice to be able to cut down on the amount of single-use plastic that we allow our vendors to generate downtown. I mean, we can control it, we don't have to have a ban, we just need to.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right, seeing none, next item would be the update on the dark sky subcommittee.
I guess I can report on that. We met the day after our last meeting, and I got the sense that we're making good progress. Cooper and Hannah had begun to cobble together a draft ordinance, and we discussed the time frame for that and a broader time frame that could be a couple of years for actually rolling out an ordinance and making additional suggestions to try to make our skies darker in Erie.
I'd like to comment that, again, this year, the port is leading the way using Birdcast in cooperation with the Erie Bird Observatory to identify high volume bird migration evenings and turn down the light on the Bicentennial Tower. Now, I haven't personally seen it, but I've heard that Scott turned the lights off. I don't know, I don't know what he did, but if a little peer pressure cause that to happen, I'm all for it. But I do appreciate the efforts made by the port. Yeah, it's green. Okay. Also, I don't know whether that new thing out there on the park, whether they're still lighting that up at night, but
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, over where the ferry would come. The ferry would come, there used to be a thing that sat in the water, and they pulled it out of the water.
Down by the dock, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be the
They-
Port
they
Authority.
added a light to it, which we didn't need, but hopefully they can turn that.
Have you reached out to them?
I suggested it to the EDO people. But I don't know whose dam it is.
I think it would be the Port Authority, isn't it?
No, it belongs to, it's on the pond, it's on the
it's on Presque Isle.
Presque Isle.
Oh, then it's
So that's the
DCNR.
state.
It'd be Matthew Green.
Right, but nevertheless.
Well, that's who you'd want to
we
reach
get
out to, is the
see it
state.
from here.
Yeah, that would be DCNR. It'd be Matthew Green at DCNR.
Thank you. Any other
Thanks,
comments?
Freda.
Oops, sorry. Any other comments? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to old business. Looks like first item is discussion with the mayor.
I know I asked if the mayor could, I asked if the mayor could come, just give a few words to the EAC members, and I know you're limited on time, so.
Oh, thank you and welcome.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. Only because the old business was the discussion with me do I feel comfortable coming up. Otherwise, I would have waited till the end. But I do want to let all of you know that we met, Sarah and Jackie and I, along with one of your board members and some members of the community, to have a conversation about priorities for the EAC. They brought me up to speed on a number, gosh, that's loud, on a number of different priorities that you were working on, and I expressed to them and hoped that they would express to you my sincere support for the work that you're doing. I let them know that I am not an environmental specialist. This is not my area of expertise, but it is certainly something that I'm concerned about. It's certainly something that I think our residents need to be concerned about. And so I trust that they, as my staff members, are representing me to you, and that they're bringing back to me your concerns and your work, and that that's the kind of collaboration and partnership that we have. I did mention to them, I recognize, different mayors, different administrations do things differently. You might not see me in person at every single one of your meetings. That doesn't mean that I don't support the work that you're doing. It doesn't mean that I don't think it's a priority, because that's not the case. I certainly do. It just means that we have lots of priorities in the city, and I rely heavily on good staff members like we have here today to be my liaison back and forth. But if you ever need me, if you ever feel that I need to be present, or there's something particularly important for me to hear personally, please just let me know, let them know, and I'll, of course, make myself available because I do value and support your work. So I'm happy to answer any questions directly, or else just to kind of share those general comments with you. Just wanted to make sure that I had an opportunity to speak to all of you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, thank you, Mayor.
Hi, Fred.
Yes, thank.
So so I don't know where I am with my terms. I know, I think I had 3 and can't keep track right now, but, so when any individual, because we're staggered in the beginning, anybody's term is up, and they go through the whole process as if they were brand new, because I know you have done something with the board submission.
So the person who is in kind of the liaison to the committee, which I think in this case is Jackie, she'd be able to help you walk through the process. But yes, we are asking everyone to use the portal that we've established. When we came into office, there had been an application portal that was used for all of our authorities, boards, and commissions. When we opened it up, we found there was quite a backlog of applications. So it's uncomfortable and unfortunate, but we just figured it was best to start fresh, because we weren't sure exactly what was all in there and who had applied when. So we created a new portal, and we are asking everyone to go through that portal. The reason being is we want it to be transparent, and we want to make sure we have a diverse group of voices within every group of authority, board, and commission seats. That this way we can kind of track where our applicants are coming from, which zip code, which parts of the city they're coming from, and we can make our appointments accordingly. So yes, Freda, I know it probably is an inconvenience, and I apologize for that. It's just for us to make sure we've got everything in the same
Are
place.
we using that Erie Grove site, the same as the response?
It's,
Because I was unable to complete entering a complaint, and Ma said all I had to do was finish it. Well, it wouldn't let me finish it. So there are some issues with the technology.
Freda, I completely agree with you. We have lots of issues with our technology, and I assure you, I wish that was the only one. We are working on it. I'm sorry to hear that the complaint one wasn't working. I'll be honest, I don't love that system, but we are working on it. So I would just say to you, if you're having issues, reach out to one of us, and we'll make sure that we help. But the portal is open, and that is what we're using.
Okay, so my term was up in January, so I've been serving until either somebody was reappointed or I was reappointed. So you're saying whatever this, and I'm not technology. So should I go to that portal? Is that what you're saying?
We should be reaching out to you and saying, your term is up. Do you want to continue serving? Like that, we should be doing that. So if we
Okay.
haven't, I apologize. We can certainly reach out to you. And we're getting our arms around upstairs all of these groups, so I apologize, we are a little late, but thank you for bringing that to my attention. We'll reach out, ask you,
Okay.
do you want to serve? And if so, then we'll send you the link and say, here's what you do. It's very simple.
Okay.
It just helps us get everybody in the same place.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And Sister Pat, you are able to serve until the seat is filled?
Pardon me?
According to EAC bylaws, you're able to sit in your seat even after it's expired
Right, right.
until that vacancy is filled. We had it posted, and we did have one candidate, and then they decided not to commit to the EAC. So we have that posted, and we haven't had a lot of people interested in the board. So we have two available seats, but I can help you walk
Okay.
through that process, both of you, when you need it.
Okay.
And I would ask if you know of people who you think would be good, representatives on this committee or any others, please encourage them to apply. I mean, we are looking for new voices, for voices that have, subject matter expertise, so please encourage them.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else I can answer today? All right. Well, I thank you for your work. I know as volunteers, it's a lot, and this is a huge issue, so I appreciate the fact that you're diligent and you come regularly and address them. And as I said, my team will keep me informed, but I'll be here whenever you need me to be, and I fully support your work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
All right. Next item of business under old business is the EAC Brownsfield Subcommittee.
Yes, and this is, Aaron actually put this together. Aaron, Mike, and I were the group, and this actually started out kind of in another vein, and then we decided it would be best to broaden it beyond the Erie Coke site. And so, I mean, you've all read the proposal. We think it would be an excellent idea. There's a number of different brownfield sites, and we think that if we had a group that were looking to ensure that what's ever happening on these sites are in the best interest of the community, that would be great, and that they were aligned with the city's economic viewpoint also. So you see the overview is in the first paragraph. Then there's a development of background and needs, and then the actual proposed goals and objectives are the last section. So 1 is to identify and prioritize brownfield sites. 2 is to support education around sustainable redevelopment. And 3rd is to encourage community engagement around brownfield redevelopment projects. I mean, generally, the only time the public is even aware of anything that's happening is if they happen to see it in the newspaper or hear it on the news. And perhaps there should be a little bit more information available earlier. So that would be the purpose of this particular committee. And then the last goal, which is very important too, is advise on policy and financial planning. And as you know, we are an advisory, but I think that this is a very important one. And then you see there's a proposed list of memberships at the end. So that's our proposal. And Mike, do you have anything to add?
No, I think you did a great job, and I just want to repeat, Aaron Carey put a lot of time and
Yeah,
effort
Aaron
into
was
developing this.
tremendous
and
help on this.
I think it showed good insight. Sister Pat and I had initially brought to the EAC the idea of a focus on the Erie Coke property and somehow getting the city up front in community engagement. And I think this makes a lot more sense
Yeah.
to establish a committee that would have a broader focus, because there's so many places in the city where there could be things happening that could have environmental impacts, and I think it could be a good long-term role for the EAC, and it wouldn't necessarily be a short-term commitment that we're just going to work till we have an ordinance, but this could be throughout the life of the EAC, something we'd continue to do.
I had two questions. In the use of the word redevelopment, that, many people that implies redevelopment, but like at the port property and some other places, there is a potential to still have some open space, some vegetated open space as opposed to just.
Yeah, we're talking particularly about brownfield sites. So in brownfield sites, it would be redevelopment.
So, well, the.
Or
port-
development.
The port includes some vegetated property.
Right.
So are you planning to redevelop all of that?
No, and this is just looking at sites that have been declared a brownfield site,
Right.
and then looking at seeing what might happen in those sites. So it's not, we're not talking about all the undeveloped space in the city.
Because I would imagine some of that is contaminated as well.
Could
So,
be.
Yeah. I'm just concerned that we don't only redevelop.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah, I think the term redevelopment would have included not building things,
Yeah.
It could be
Okay.
turning something
Yeah.
into a park,
Right.
yeah.
Understood.
Right.
The second thing is. Right, but anyway, the second thing is, as some of you know, one of my hobbies is reading the public notices in the paper. And so I see the things that are the notice of intent to rehabilitate. And those, if it's in the city, if the city communicates with whoever is the person putting the notice in the paper that they want to have a public involvement plan, that's the only trigger to have that happen. So is some scrutiny of this NIR process within the city also included in this committee?
I don't see why it couldn't be.
So, yeah, hopefully there's another way to know those things are happening besides just my seeing it in the paper and telling people.
I might suggest that since we're barely at a quorum today, that we might want to discuss this further when both Sam and Aaron are with us, so that we can have a fuller discussion and a fuller commitment from the EAC.
No, that makes sense. I mean, I will say I do fully support it. I like how it's written. To me, identifying brownfields, having a list, and potential ways to rehabilitate is a fantastic idea. Only thing I would caution, because I know there was 3 people who kind of developed this, the chairs, a de facto member of a subcommittee, so there's really technically only room for 2 other members for the subcommittee. However, this might be large enough that instead of it being a subcommittee, it might be like a EAC initiative.
Or task force or something.
Correct. Yeah, instead of, like how we have the LCAP as a priority that we all work on at one time, this might be another initiative that the EAC focuses on as well. Yeah, not at the subcommittee level, but as like a full committee. Correct, as a priority. I think this is actually a very important priority.
Yeah, I think so. The more we talked about it, the more excited we got about it.
And maybe it would make sense at first to start it as a subcommittee and then build up to a top priority, but I think just from what you're proposing, I think it's too big for a subcommittee. Not that it couldn't be handled by a subcommittee, it's just I think it would rise up to involve everybody.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sure they all appreciate that opinion, Matt.
yeah.
They appreciate that. Because it is an important issue, I completely agree with you. And there are limited opportunities sometimes to provide public comment, because I believe a lot of the brownfields are on private property. So it's important to have, be like a watchdog group watching out for this and the opportunities that exist to ensure things are being done correctly and the most greenest options are at least being considered.
My understanding, so we're not voting on it. Do you want to table until next meeting?
Until next meeting, when we have a fuller.
Okay, then do I have a motion to table the vote until the next meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. All right, next item's new business. There's no new business. Item 9, other business, sustainability coordinator updates. Take it away.
Hey, everybody. I don't have a lot of updates, but I did want
I'm
to...
sorry, Sarah, I'm having trouble hearing today. Could you speak a little?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of updates, but I did want to let the committee know that we have applied for a technical assistance grant for our compost facility to have it analyzed for the layout of the program to make sure it's operating to the best efficiency and to look into possibilities of selling compost at affordable prices to citizens. But there's always been a concern the way we distribute our finished compost is we just dump it at parks and people go get it as they need it. But there's a lot of concerns that landscape businesses also take that compost sometime and our residents aren't getting it. And so we're looking at coming up with a better system that would get more of the compost into the hands of the residents, but still, at a discounted price because it's for the citizens, not for businesses.
I know gardeners who wait for when those compost days are, and they run to that site, whichever one is near to them. So I know it's really appreciated by a lot of gardeners in the area.
And to be able to sell it, it has to meet certain standards. And we've had it tested before, and it does meet those standards. But it's always been a challenge because our compost facility is part of the wastewater treatment plant, and that's a restricted access site because of the sensitivity of keeping the drinking water, well, not the drinking water, but the water clean. And so there's security issues. And so we thought it would be a good idea to have a consultant come in and evaluate it who specializes in that. And so we did apply for that. It's just a small $7,500 grant, but I'm excited about it. We've done a technical assistance grant a long time ago when I first started here 20 years ago, and we've done every single recommendation that has came out of that original report. So it's kind of time to have the site evaluated to see what else we can do now.
Is it a state grant?
Yeah, it's through the Department of Environmental Protection, the DEP.
So I had a question. I know you're supposed to put stuff in the hard containers, but I also know sometimes some people have made an arrangement if they've got a whole pile of stuff.
For compost or recycling?
Branches and stuff.
Branches you can tie into bundles if they don't fit into a container. You can tie them into bundles and they'll pick them up. I guess they have always accepted it that way.
There's a lot of branches out there.
There are. We've had a lot of storms this spring. They do not come anymore with the chipper for special pickups, but if you bundle the limbs and put them out, or put them in the open heart containers, they take them on your regular garbage night. And they do use the same trucks for garbage and recycling and composting, but they make 3 separate trips. So some people think because it looks like the same truck, they're throwing it all in the garbage, but they're not. They're 3 separate trips using the same trucks. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, we have the Bureau of Planning and Zoning updates.
I also don't have too much. I just wanted to mention that we are still waiting for the draft for the parks, citywide parks plan. We hope to have that by the end of the week. And then we'll have a public comment period for 30 days on that parks plan. So look out for that. I'm happy to send it to you as well, the draft. And I'm thinking what else? Don't think I have anything currently, anything else to report for the good of the order. I did want to mention, though, about the meeting with the mayor, just kind of to let you know how Mike was there, Aaron Carey was with us, Sarah Cooper was also there. We did prepare quite a bit for the meeting, and we had kind of different areas that we talked about. Talked about neighborhood revitalization and how it aligns with environmental consciousness, and we talked about cost savings for government operations. That was really Sarah's presentation. She had a lot of ideas and points of how different programs, environmental programs and sustainability programs, would provide cost savings to the city on our own facilities. And then we also talked about workforce development with the youth in particular, and that was really Aaron Carey. And then Mike had a lot prepared for in terms of aligning all of that with the Care, Excellence, and Trust, which is what the mayor really speaks about a lot. But she had already voiced to us what she told all of you today, that she was in full support of the priorities and initiatives that we're working on here. And so it saved Mike from moving into that a little bit. But it was a very productive conversation, and it also helped sort of reinforce the real importance that this board is charged with. So, Mike, did you want to mention anything else?
I just wanted to say I was so relieved and happy that she preemptively started the meeting with volunteering a statement saying how much she supports the environmental and sustainability efforts that are taking place in the city. And I just felt lucky to have been there, and I'm so glad she came. I think that it gave me a shot of adrenaline, and I think you all should feel encouraged too by it. Yeah.
He has the support of the administration, which is what we have been talking about for a couple months since the mayor took office. So, you know, with the plastic bag ban ordinance and dark skies, our work continues. We'll continue to move forward with those initiatives, and maybe now the brownfields, right, and the LCAP. So now we feel as if we can continue to forge forward and have the support, which we needed. So it was very encouraging, yeah.
So the LCAP came up too in the discussion.
Yes, the LCAP came up. We talked about funding, and Sarah and I are going to have a conversation soon about, drafting an RFP and really starting to put that out. So, yes, yeah, and she approved the funding for us to move forward with it, so, yeah.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
I have a zoning question for you, if I may. This came up at a meeting earlier today. We were talking, really, well, the meeting was about the port reuse master plan, but then we got into a thing on zoning, and the question was, like, we presume that the zoning there now is heavy industrial, obviously, since the coke plant was there. Now, as they remediate and as they look to how they're going to use property for, like, when do they apply for a change in zoning? How does that work?
You're referencing the Erie Coke plan, right? Because
Yes.
I've also read the plan. And they actually propose what's called form-based code.
They actually what?
They propose something called form-based code.
Yes, I was trying to figure out.
Right.
I asked that question at our meeting today. So now what's the difference between
Right.
traditional zoning and form-based code?
And you have to your left the expert, but I can try to just give you a little overview. Actually, we're going to be meeting with Anna on Friday to review, to go over and just, talk through the plan, and also talk about how the Erie Coke plan and the City of Erie Parks initiatives and Parks Plan, how those are overlapping, and access and connections and access to water and those types of things. But form-based code, so traditional zoning, or what they call Euclidean zoning, is a separation of land uses. And math, you tell me if I'm wrong. What the City of Erie would like, after hopefully we finish a new comprehensive plan, is to do what we're calling a hybrid approach, which is not only looking at separation of uses, but also how the built environment interacts not only on that parcel, but also with the public space. So it takes into account form, and also what the character of that particular district or neighborhood is. So it's not just looking at use, but it's also looking at form. Does that make sense in terms of, but the plan, the Erie Coke site, I can't remember what they call it, reimagining.
Erie Coke Master Plan
Master
Refresh. Yeah.
Refresh, right. They propose this form-based code potentially on the site. What at least, this is going to take obviously some time, but if we, in terms of timing, we would like to see that area rezoned, obviously. And so once we go through a master planning or comprehensive planning process, that comprehensive planning process would inform our changes in our zoning code. And at that time, we would update our zoning and change the heavy industrial to a different zoning code.
Okay.
So.
Was that updated on the comp plan? Was that always anticipated when they did Erie Refocus?
Per the MPC, the Municipal's Planning Code, you really should be updating your comprehensive plan every 10 years. It was adopted in 2016, so this is 10 years. 10 years. And we applied for a state grant through DECD for a comprehensive plan. We'll know hopefully in maybe the middle of the summer or fall if we were awarded that grant, and hopefully be able to begin that project fairly soon. So, yes. Now, if they wanted to do rezoning, that's another process at the city that requires going through Planning Commission, then council, a public hearing, and vote to change the zoning. And it's about a 5-month process. And then, of course, you have the public input there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I thought it was a well-written plan with a lot of good scenarios and a lot of open space and public access built in. I don't know if you want to voice your
want
opinion,
more,
but
but, you know.
I felt that it was, there was a good scenario planning, at
Yeah.
least in the plan.
We have a few comments for them.
Okay. No,
Can I just say one thing? Julie and Anna will be at our next council meeting during caucus. Yes, to explain their plan. So they will be here to,
Oh, when is that?
this coming Wednesday.
So they'll be here
On
during
the
the
3rd?
8:30 time?
Pardon me?
During the 8:30 caucus? time?
Yes.
Okay, not during the actual meeting, but they're all.
Excuse
But
me.
but it is on YouTube and Facebook,
It'll be there, yeah.
yeah.
Yep, they'll be here.
Thank you. Anything else under Bureau of Planning and Zoning updates? All right. Next item, EAC Chair announcement. So at this time, I would like to announce my resignation as the chair and as a board member. I want to say that I was honored to be given the opportunity to be a founding member of the Environmental Advisory Council, and I was honored that you, as the board, elected me twice to be chairman. I really appreciate it, but unfortunately, this time I've been able to serve as a chair or as a board member as I pursue a new role elsewhere. So unfortunately, I'm unable to serve as on a board as well as have my other position. So I want to thank everyone for all your hard work. We definitely have made some progress. We have our priorities. We have new priorities. And just keep going forward. And I know this board will do great things. So thank you for the opportunity to serve with everyone. Thank you.
We're going to miss your special skill set here, because you have a unique skill set given what you've been doing all these years.
Thank you.
Yeah, we want to thank you for your time and your effort.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to miss you, Matt. Immediately, I feel like you.
Well, you can always email me. You have my email
Okay.
When are you effective to resign?
today.
Today? Oh, so now we have 3 openings.
Are you going to tell us what your new position is?
I'm not at liberty right now, I wouldn't think. But
Not on.
other people can if they want.
Matt was hired as the chief zoning officer for the city of Erie.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I did not hear you.
Matt was recently hired as the chief zoning officer for the city of Erie and is going to be in the planning and zoning department, and is also going to start on June 8th.
Correct.
June 8th. So as a city employee, he can't serve on the EAC board.
Well, our laws is our game.
Yes.
You can explain all this zoning stuff to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to invite you to meetings as
So we
often as we
best get
can.
busy with replacements.
What's that?
True,
We
thank
best
you.
get busy with getting board replacements.
That's right. Yes, that is a concern because now we have 3 open spots. I mean,
Yeah.
you're welcome to, of course, reapply and then right.
I'm gone in July, does that kick us out of the quorum in July? If we have-
No, I
Have
think,
to
wouldn't it
take
be
a-
January?
No, Aaron Carey would make a quorum. Yes, so we have to make sure that we do have meet quorum. But yes, if we, oh, Sam too. Right, right.
So at least one must be a city council appointment, right?
There's some of them are city council and some of them are mayor. I have to go back and look to make sure
Yeah,
which
I
ones.
was a mayor.
I was a
Yes.
city council one.
Bob must be a city council.
I have to look. I don't want to speak out
Yeah,
of
I don't
turn.
know, I don't remember either.
Yeah, and I could send that to you if you'd like, and then if, maybe you could start reaching out and seeing if people that you know
Oh,
are
okay.
interested.
It's a good idea.
It'd be- Yes, that should be on the website, but I'll send that out. I'll send you out the appointments and the term limits and all of that. I have been keeping those, and I think also Tori Williams has been updating our page to make sure that we're current, that you're all current. So, if you want to be an official board member, but yeah, if you know of anyone, please send them. I'll send the link along as well to where you apply. So, congratulations, Matt, and welcome
Thank
soon.
you. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. Thank you. Great. Thank you.